Yeah, thank you once again. We are back to mathematics 2. Let me quickly make this very clear to you. Although it's unfortunate that many of you don't listen to us on our contact-based classes or attending, especially those who want in Windhoek, but all the same, I want you to understand that if you look at your modules, or your scheme of work, or the topics you have in your study guide, you will agree with me that mathematics 1 and 2 have a lot of similarities. It's only that I want to believe that mathematics 2 is just an extension of mathematics 1. It's only mathematics 3, 4, 5, and 6 that is a bit different. Otherwise, mathematics 1 and 2 are just just like the same. That is why in my presentation, I always tell you that since I've discussed with mathematics 1, I will just go to this topic, which is this one. Let me quickly go to this. There are about 3 topics here. These 2-dimensional shapes and 3-dimensional shapes. If you look at the assignment I gave you that you submitted this year, you will now see that there's a particular question, which is number 3. A lot of students, it's either they don't understand the question or they don't know how to answer it. There, okay, let me start with what is different between 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. With 2-dimensional, it only has 2 areas, that is the length and the breadth. But for 3-dimensional, there will be something we call height. And it goes with, others will call it the volume, but it always goes with height is included. So, when I give you something that you differentiate between 2 and 3-dimensional, please, let's quickly go into this. 2-dimensional shapes that we deal with are triangle and quadrilaterals. Also circle. It is important to remember that each of these shapes has outside boundary and include area inside boundary. All of these shapes except circle also have angle, that is the verticals. Example now, triangle, quadrilateral, and 2-dimensional shape only have 2 dimensions, length and the width. That's what I told you already, or the breadth. They also have an area. 3-dimensional, we have the length, the breadth, and the height. Please don't forget about this. Let's move on. 3-dimensional shapes, however, are not flat like their 2-dimensional shapes. They have volume. This means that you can put sand or water into them and fill up the tank. About a box for blackboard chalk, when you open up a new box, it is filled with pieces of chalk. A big box can hold more pieces of chalk than a small box because it has more volume. So that's what we are discussing there. Let us look at the example of our 3-dimensional shapes. The cuboid. Number 2, we have the cube. Number 3, we have the sphere. Number 4, we have the cylinder. Number 5, we have the pyramid. Those are the one way. Okay, we also have the cone. We have the prism. Those are the things that we have here. So all these, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are all examples of 3-dimensional shapes. So with that question 3 in your assignment, where I was saying, I gave you something like this. Like this. Asking that how many dimensions is it divided into. I gave you something like this, and I did like this. This thing is divided into how many? 3. 1, 2, 3. Those are the things I was asking in the assignment, which I believe that it can also be still helping in the exam. Let's go to this. Yeah, this is another one that I realized that is also a problem for you when you are writing your test. I realized that is that when a value is written in fractions, people doesn't know which one is bigger and which one is higher. But let me give you an idea here that will help you. This is an orange. If I do it this way, each part will be what? 1/4. If I divide it into 2, each part will be what? 1/8. If I divide into 2 again, so if I now say which one is bigger between 1/4 and 1/8, you will agree with me that 1/4 is higher than 1/8. So that is how we realize the smaller, if it is a fraction question. Let us quickly look at this again, which I've discussed before, but not to waste our time. Let's quickly talk about this, that I thought we need to know about this as well. When I say 1/2 plus 1/2, some learners will tell you it is a 2/4. When you cut it again, it will give you half. Is it possible to add half plus half and get half? This question is part of what you will see in your exam. When you get any equation, you can't just head the denominator, which is the one on top, at denominator, and get the answer. There is a procedure to follow, and you must follow it. So that is why it will be like this, that 1/2 plus 1/2. Our LCM will be 2. This LCM, I noticed a lot of things when I was marking the assignment, that even some students, they don't know how to make the LCM. Let me just use a simple method for you. Imagine you are looking for LCM of 8 and 4. Although you can say 8/4 to give you 32, but it will give you a very bigger number. So this is how we do our LCM in a way that everybody will understand. What can go in both without a remainder? We have 2. 2 here, 2 here, 4. What can go in both figures without any remainder? 2. How many 2 do we have here? 1, 2. What is remaining? 2. How many? What can go again? 2. Then it will be 1, 1. So 2/2, 4, 4/2, 8. So the LCM of that equation is what? If 4 and 8 is 8. But like this one now, I pick 2. How many 2? So the LCM will be 2. How many 1 do we have in 2? Multiply by 1, 2 plus 2. The answer will be 4/2. 4/2. When you cut it here, here will be, it will be 4 if you are using this one. So 4 plus 4 equals to, when you divide, answer will be 1. So your LCM will be supposed to be 2. Let's do it properly, because there is a point I want you to understand here. 1/2 plus 1/2 supposed to be 1. Let's do it this way. 2/2 LCM will be 4. Then how many 2 do we have here? 2 plus 2. That will be 4/4. When you cut it, you get 1. So when you add 2 plus 2 together, your answer is supposed to be 1. Supposed to be 1. It means half orange plus half orange, it will give you 1 orange. So that one will give you an idea. Let's look at this now. 1/2 plus 1/4. 1/2 of an orange plus 1/4 of an orange. That will be 2/4. So you find your LCM. Let us use the method I taught you. Then you say how many 2 in 4? 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. 4 is our LCM. Although if you use 8, you will still get the answer. How many 2 do we have in 4? 2. 2 by 1, 2. How many 4 do we have here? How many 4 do we have here? 1. 1 plus 1 by 1, 1. That will be 3/4. It means half plus half, it will give us 3/4. But if you do it in this way, where you will just say f plus 1/4, that will be 2/8. 2 here, 1, 1/4. You might be wrong because you are adding half plus 1/4. There's no way you can get a quarter again. It must be half, 3/4. So that's what we are discussing there. Let us go to a common fraction. Before I go to this, a common fraction, please, you must understand the concept of BES-MAT. BES-MAT. Bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So you must understand that. But so you must understand so that you know how to do this. When I say 2 plus 1 plus 3 minus 2 multiplied by 1. And you want to look at your BES-MAT. There is no bracket, but there is addition. No addition, no A is O, BES-MAT. You now ask yourself, which one is the odd number? The odd number are the one that cannot divide by 2, and there will be a remainder. So when you are going to use BES-MAT to solve this, what is this one stand for of, which is a multiplication? You will now say 2 plus 1 plus 3 minus 2 by 1, 2. Followed by what? Division. There's no division here. Followed by multiplication. No. Then we start with addition. That will be 2 plus 1 plus 3. That is 7. Then subtraction minus 2. Then you get 5. This is what we are saying about BES-MAT. BES-MAT is that you follow the concept, then you pick the one that is more suitable for you to do. That is what we are saying. Definitely there will be bar, whereby you are going to show it on a table. We are going to have this kind of small, but that's why I say everyone must come with a graph paper so that we can start that. So, on group data, please try it. Then it will be not like this, but it will be like this. I just want you to make effort to understand what I'm trying to say here, that the question for mathematics 1 and 2 remain the way it is. If you do your assignment nicely, you have no problem with it, because they are very, I just repeated most of these things just to make you to understand what we are saying in the school.